I'm Rick Yorg, and
I'm Levie, and this is Borrego Springs, California. And I'm involved with an organization called Coyote Canyon Caballos de Anza, and we're rescuing Spanish Mustangs. The state park pulled out all the wild horses in Coyote Canyon several years ago, and we rescued 4 stallions. And then the BLM cut back a herd up in Sulphur Springs, Utah, of pure Spanish horses and brought down 10 pregnant mares for us, 9 of which foaled. And so we have this herd of horses back here, all pure Spanish, just like the horses that came off Cortez's ships. They're our cultural heritage, and we're trying to rescue them.
been another generation born recently, huh?
Yes, we have 9 foals here. We named them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's the only way we can keep track of them. And what we're doing is we're trying to find land for a sanctuary so that we can keep the Spanish horses going, and so that all the generations can enjoy them, learn from them, and see what the horses that the Spanish brought over originally, what they really looked like.
And this land would be somewhere in the Borrego Springs area, or?
Well, we would like it to be around the ancestral home of the herd that was up in Coyote Canyon. There's an area called Beauty Mountain that the BLM owns, and we've been trying to get them to let us use that, but so far we haven't had any luck, and so we're exploring other areas. The Indians had the herd, the remuda, for years up in Coyote Canyon. And now that the Pala Indians, who were part of the original group, are getting Warner Springs, we're talking to them also, and maybe bringing the horses back there. But so far, we haven't made any headway. All the feed is through donations. In fact, all their care is through donations, and it's the only way we can do it. The price of feed has just gone up astronomically, and so all the donations we get go to feed. So we're doing everything we can to save them, and we're not the only group. There's many groups that are doing this as well in other parts of the country, but this is what we're doing right here in Borrego Springs.
Yeah.
If you want to sponsor a horse, call your number.
Right.
Is that a good idea?
We have sponsorships available for $600 a year, or $300 for 6 months, and that keeps a horse in feed. They can email me at Levie, and that's KAYLEVIE at cableusa.com. That's the best way to get hold of me. And we can use all the help we can get. People are welcome to come down here and visit them. We have visitors from all over the world that have come here to see these horses. I had one woman from Spain come, and she looked at them and she says, "Oh my God, they're pure Spanish." I says, "Yes, they are." So she knew. But they're very special, and we'd sure like to see them preserved. That's Borrego. She's one of the younger mares. Some of these people have sponsored these horses and named them. We've got Caramel and Hope and Liberty and Jody and
And Uno does the basketball.
and all the babies, yes.
Named by numbers.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it fits them.
There are very few of the Spanish ancestry horses around in the United States. I mean,
The pure Spanish horses, a lot of them have been diluted by other horses over the years, but there are some Spanish herds. In Oregon, most people have heard of the Kiger Mustangs, and people have heard of the Pryor Mountain Mustangs. Cloudy, the Mustang that they did all the videos on, and his band is very famous. There's isolated herds in Arizona, as well as Utah and Nevada. And one of the unusual things about the Nevada horses and some of the Utah horses is what's called a curly coat. And we did have a curly coated one born here. We've got her in another pen. They're very unusual, kind of like a horse with a poodle suit.
Yeah.
And but they're definitely Iberian. But these horses here, these are the ones that the type horse that the Texas ranchers, when they brought their quarter milers from Virginia, which is a thoroughbred, they crossed them on these Mustangs and made the American quarter horse.
Mm-hmm.
It's probably one of the handiest horses around. Very versatile. And if you watch these horses move, you can see why.
Are they a little smaller in stature than the average horse?
Yeah, they probably 14.2 to at most 15 hands.
Mm-hmm. Was there a particular reason why the Spanish brought this breed over? Was it? I mean, they were basically using it just to transport themselves, right? There was basically a riding horse.
Yeah, these were their workhorses.
Yeah.
And the officers probably rode flashier horses that had more barb in them, because when the Moors conquered Spain, they brought their barb horses from North Africa.
Mm-hmm.
And they'd cross them on the Sorayas and some of the other Spanish breeds and get a flashier horse. And of course, the result now is the Andalusian.
So, how do they like the hot weather?
Oh, they don't like it at all. It sure beats Utah, they say, especially in the winter. But yeah, if you were gonna say, you know, what does a Spanish horse look like, then the grulla there, the lighter colored one, is a perfect example.
Uh-huh.
They have a shorter back, it's flat, they're very strong. Now this horse has a lot of barb in him. And the ones that have barb in the tips of their ears go in like that.
Mm-hmm.
And his does, and then Cinco must have barb in him too, because his ears turn in like that. But this one looks a lot more barb than those guys.
Yeah, he's got the lighter colored ears.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well,
That's pretty distinctive, isn't it?
Yeah, Nikki, that'll do.
Yeah.
They have what's called dun factor. That's the stripe down the back.
Mm-hmm.
The ears are outlined. They have stripes on their legs. They have a stripe across their shoulders. They have the black mane and tail, and they have what are the lighter guard hairs in those. Nikki, 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 come on, leave him alone. Hey, Simple. Hey, Dos.
I mean, how were they faring out in the wild? They having, as far as getting enough grazing and
Yeah,
the
I mean,
food, were they hungry?
They were doing okay.
Yeah.
They, you know, in the winter up there, it's pretty slim pickings, and they'll eat bark and anything they can to get through the winter. The rest of the year they don't have too much trouble. And the herd is generally kept in check through mountain lion predation and things like that. But that herd up there had gotten fairly large, but then it's a huge area, so I'm not sure exactly what the issue really was. But yeah, you can Google Sulphur Springs Mustangs, and it'll bring up the whole history of them and everything about them. But we'll cross those mares and fillies on our Coyote Canyon stallions and get that herd up and going again. Preserve it. The buckskin back there is called 3 Bucks. 3 different people sponsored her, and they each threw money in the pot and said, let's call her 3 Bucks. The little red one here is Uno. She was the first baby born here. She's really sweet. And then this black one here is an older mare. She's the mother of the little black colt over there. Has the white face. She's very Barb. And her sponsor named her Libertarian. I don't know. Hi, baby.
So do they like to be saddled?
Oh, we can't even touch them, put a halter or anything on them. These
No?
are wild horses. We did separate 2 of them, which we'll look at in a minute, that we have been working with, and we can halter them and lead them and lunge them and pick their feet up, things like that. But they're a little bit young to be saddled, so we'll wait on that. Hi, Papa. Yeah. Few of them we can touch, but they're not real thrilled about it. Hey. What? But you can see the stripes on her legs, and it's more pronounced in the spring. But see those stripes across there? And then she has a stripe down her back, and that's the dun factor. That's a primitive gene, and very common in the Spanish horses. With a dirty face. Yeah. Yeah. And dirty ears. Who's been slobbering on you? Ricky. Ricky.
So they get along well together, the 3 of them?
Oh yeah, they're a family. He takes, you know, he's adopted them. Yeah, we took him out one time and he just went into meltdown, so we'll bring him back.
Wow. He's a Spanish, right?
He's in Appaloosa. It's, well, let's see. The Nez Perce Indians bred them. This is one of the Mustangs, and the bay coming over here is the curly-coated one. And she only has a curly coat in the winter, so it's just coming in.
Beautiful horse. The markings on it.
Yeah, she's pretty neat. But you can see the marcelling in her coat back there. Hi, Liz. Nikki. Hi, Liz. Well, these are the 2 we're working with, and we'll eventually get them started under saddle.
How's that start developing the horse so it can be ridden? Do you just put the saddle on it without the person first?
Oh yeah, you know, with a Mustang you have to do everything very slowly because trust is so important to them. They're a lot different. Somebody said, you know, you can train a horse one way, you train a mule another way, and you train a Mustang another way. So we're just going very slow, and we've had a saddle on the dun colt here, and he just ignores it totally. So he's doing really good, but he's really bonded to the guy that's been working with him, and that's important with a Mustang.